Hello everyone, this is Shadowdragon recording again from the test server, and we're back with more Age of Justice footage. I actually did the Area 51 dailies, but they were too repetitive of my previous videos, so I'm gonna leave that out of this. And we're just gonna do the dailies in the war-torn village, and hopefully these are different.
I freely came over to offer information, and the Allies treat me like a prisoner. Hopefully you'll take the intel I provide, make use of it.
This war feels like it'll never end. With your help, we can defeat Perdegaton and Baron von Savage's forces once and for all.
Oh, didn't even realize I was in that group.
You're interested in blowing stuff up, huh? I like you, kid. I like you a whole bunch.
This one starts right in the zone we're in.
You've ruined my disguise. I will kill you for that.
Okay, this was part of the first quest. Getting the spies.
I'm almost done. How did you find me out? Ah! Such weakness.
Yeah, let me ignore this guy, so he doesn't invite me again.
You've ruined my disguise. I will kill you for that. Ooh. Grr.
Five spies.
I'm almost in place. No one suspects a thing. We are stronger.
So far the dailies I've done in here are really efficient. So some of these guys could randomly turn into spies, and some are actually Allied troopers.
You will regret that.
So I think with a lot of these, you want to pay attention to your counter. And if you're somewhat halfway through, you don't want to be too deep in these hallways. Because otherwise, if you go too deep, you're going to finish your counter and you'll be at the end of the hall. Then you have to work your way back to the beginning. And all the ones I played so far in this area, you have to go through the hall and then back out the same way. It doesn't loop through. Oh wait, so let's see, plant explosives, and we're still in the same area. Defeat tank soldiers. This is like highlighting the quest area I'm in though. Okay, so it's out in the battlefront. Defeat tank soldiers. Shouldn't that blow?
To victory.
There should really be a timer on that.
That is nothing. That is nothing. You will regret that.
Alright, let's see if there's one on this. Yeah, they should put a timer on that.
We are stronger. Destroy them. Such weakness.
So it's 2 to 3 adds per node here, and that should let it finish like pretty evenly with both counters.
I will tear you apart.
You may have to do one extra if you hit the ones with 2 adds.
We are stronger.
Alright, so that one's done. There should be one more. Resupply ally Blackhawks who are pinned down and need assistance. I wonder if each day, like each set of dailies, is in 3 different directions. Because that's what it looks like so far.
I need supplies over here. Thanks, buddy. It's go time. My weapon is jammed. I need a new one. I'm out of ammo. Can I get a resupply? Time to take down some fascists. I will tear you apart.
So that was sort of a non-combat one. Only got 1 add out of the whole thing. So if you look at the 411 counter, that 74 is 2 days of work. So that counter builds at almost half the speed of 410 from Amazon Fury 3. So yeah, again, this won't complete naturally. You will actually have to farm that, group up and farm that.
You deserve a medal for your efforts, soldier. But we're not in this for medals.
Fiddlesticks.
Good gosh almighty, back already? Those savage chuckleheads didn't...
And I think it's limited to this zone, so it's not going to be counting
You survived?
the alerts and raids.
Unexpected.
Whereas like in Amazon Fury 3, you would get a little bit from Underworld Trials. And you got like a couple from the duo, because I think there were harpies in the duo. And then from the raids, you probably got some from God of Monsters. But in this one, I think it's limited to the open world zones because there's a 411 for this area and then another one for Area 51. So yeah, that was probably going by, the traffic patterns that they noticed, or how players were playing Amazon Fury 3. But the dailies in this set are a lot shorter. Like that one I just did at the end, that was probably less than a minute. Or close to a minute. And more upgraded gear. Right, so one of the things I forgot to mention before is the war-torn area, the war-torn village area of this DLC is actually treated like an event. It is not T8. You could enter as low as level 10. Now I'll read you the description from Sharon on the forums, because I'm not exactly sure what it means in detail, but the bullet point says this will be open to all players initially, with or without the DLC, and as with Starro, level 10 or higher can get in and play around. So the part I'm unsure about is the word initially. So I don't know if they're testing this just on the test server, or when this launches it's going to be open to everyone, but then turns off after a period and becomes T8. Yeah, that part I'm not sure about. But right now on test you can enter with a lower tune. So I created this back when, I think when they were testing the tutorial, and they allowed us to create like lower level characters. And then I think I used one of the skips on him, which is why he's 24. Okay, so we're entering the war-torn village. So you see all the stats scale up. And something different this time around is check out the soda. Soda Cola Extreme. And you can actually equip this like anywhere. Like I actually walked out back to the watchtower and it didn't like kick this out or anything. So they may have just lifted the restriction on the Soda Cola Extreme, which makes sense anyway, because it's percentage based, so it should just apply to like whatever your stats are. Currently on the live server, the below 30 tunes, if they equip any of their sodas, it remains point based in the event zones. So that means it basically does nothing, because you're getting scaled up a lot, and then your sodas are only doing like a hit point base heal. So it becomes like a very small percentage, especially in the anniversary event when you get scaled up to 230. Anything lower than Soda Cola Extreme really does nothing. So maybe they'll just lift this and have Soda Cola Extreme as the only soda, which makes the most sense. So yeah, in this event, if you're below 30, you will be able to heal.
Your success is vital for the war and for my survival. The more you succeed.
We're fighting on multiple fronts, rescuing injured allies, maintaining the supply.
You interested in blowing stuff up, huh? I like you, kid. I like you a whole bunch.
Yeah, so whenever I'm on test with a lower tune, or testing like leveling or the tutorial, I always choose fire, just because I want to keep the experiment like as controlled as possible, and that's the power I'm most used to. So a lot of my lower test tunes are like alternate reality children of Alyssa and Shadowdragon, so they're kind of a mix of both of their styles, and they're always fire. So in the clip before this, you saw Alyssa at T8 getting scaled down. So now we're seeing a level 24, same power getting scaled up. And this should feel very close to the other events.
A thing. You've ruined my disguise. I will kill you for that. You will regret that. I will tear you apart.
Okay, that's actually part of another quest. So this is about getting familiar with the zone, because we kind of don't want to have to fight those guys if we don't have to. Oh wait, I actually do have the spy quest also, so that's cool. Oh, there's the fires. What the heck, you have to like walk into the fire in order to extinguish it? I wonder if I could do that from a distance. Okay, so you could kind of like tiptoe up. Oh no, you still get burned. Alright, flame troopers.
That is nothing. We are stronger. Such weakness. Ah! Ah! Ooh!
Okay, so you can already see that that takes longer for a sub 30 tune.
How did you find me out?
And also my health is going down a lot
You
more.
will regret that.
But they're still doable, and it's no different than like any other event. Like it's scaled up to a point where it's doable, but you won't be the same as a T8.
We are stronger.
War is hell, and the people of this poor village have had it worse than most. Even before the war
these
started, the town was
respawn
a safe
pretty
haven for
quickly.
refugees pouring in from Eastern Europe. They thought the medieval walls and that great stone keep would keep them safe, and it sure did for a while. Then Baron von Savage and his shock troopers arrived, wanting the village for their own in order to control the mountain pass that lies behind it.
Oh! Ah!
Now I'm just hoping to go back and find one of the others respawned. There we go.
Halt! Ooh! I will tear you apart. Such weakness. Such weakness.
make a wrong turn somewhere?
You've ruined my How did you find me out?
You kind of have to hustle back to the rally point, because you're going to be crossing over like other quest zones on your way back, because these are all hallways. So sometimes if you have a quest that's like deeper in, you could be crossing another zone. Okay. Where's the one with the spies? Okay, so this one, they're kind of everywhere.
I know what you must be thinking. How'd this blondie with great gams end up in a war-ravaged village in the middle of WWII? First of all, get your eyes up here, I'll sock you one. And second, it wasn't an easy trip, but I'm right where I belong. I'm called Lady Blackhawk, but my real name is Zinda Blake. A bunch of years ago, I made it my sole purpose to be the first female member of the legendary fighter squadron, the Blackhawks. And by golly, I did just that. I taught myself how to fly, how to fight, and how to be the fiercest broad this side of the Rhine. As luck would have it, I got my chance to prove myself by actually rescuing the Blackhawks from danger not once, but twice. After that, they pretty much had to let me join.
So it could be any of
You've
these
ruined my
guys.
disguise. I will kill you for that. You will regret that.
Well, at least these guys have less health than the flamethrowers. Okay, so there should be one more. Let me just make sure I don't have... Okay, sometimes it gets confusing because, okay, that's the bounty, that's the overall, that's the 411, and these are the two completed ones, so I need to do this one. So I think there's always one on this battlefield. Repair hedgehogs, locate and disarm enemy mines. Let's look for some icons. Okay, that's a hedgehog.
I will tear you apart. That is nothing. You will regret it.
Now the mines you have to look out for, there's no icon above them.
We are stronger.
Now if you're careful with this one, this is a non-combat one. You just have to be careful which node you pick.
You deserve a medal for your efforts, soldier. But we're not in this for medals, are we?
This war needed someone like you. On behalf of the Blackhawks, thank you.
You survived? Unexpected.
Yeah, so once you turn the 3, you get the overall reward automatically. So it's going to be a box with a base item or core element, and then you get another box with gear inside. So let's take the base item so we can take a look at it. Or actually I have to pass that over because this character doesn't, I don't think this character has a base. No. And then you pick up the scaling gear, which you can attune starting at level 10. Let me see if I have a base on this guy. No, I don't. So let me pass this over. Okay, so I passed over the poster to Alyssa, and I also made this little corner where I'm putting all the new base items. So it's just another Vandal Savage item. It's got his logo just like the door. Matching colors, and it's got the look and feel of the DLC environment. So it's kind of cool that we have a themed iconic villain set. So finally something the villains can use to theme up their bases. Okay, that's it for this run. Until the next video, thanks for watching.